Hi there and welcome back to Japan, where we're going to be checking out something a little bit unexpected here. Now, I say unexpected, I have been told about this, but I hadn't really picked up any until I was given a link recently. Now, this is a band called PEDRO, and you might be familiar that is the side project by Ayuni D, who's from BiSH, and BiSH is a group that we cover quite a lot on the channel. Now, the thing I really like about BiSH, and I think this is worth pointing out before we go into this, is that BiSH's music is very varied. It goes all the way from sort of crazy experimental noise music down to like really run-of-the-mill radio-friendly pop, J-pop. And they managed to execute both equally well. They throw themselves as much into doing the sort of sweet, catchy, heartfelt pop as they do into going absolutely nuts. So to have a side project, I am interested to know whether this is a side project to get away from that and do something a little bit normal, or to go even more insane. Anyway, I'm not going to waffle too much because I really want to hear this, and then we can talk about it more afterwards rather than just the conjecture. But this is PEDRO, side project by BiSH's Ayuni D, and the song has a name that I didn't think to try and translate before we started this video, so I'll just put it on the thumbnail afterwards. A bit disco rock at the moment. There's so many music videos with schoolgirl running that I guess schoolgirl limping is an interesting new take on that. Funky rhythm. Nice. Alright, let's see where this is going. Is it going to be a big hook or...? I love the chorus chord pattern. It moves so fast it's virtually a riff. That's a late title card. I really love that way the guitar's working there. It's got that sort of chugging sound. You're getting so many tones more than just a note. It's like a rhythm and a melodic instrument. The video's got a cool aesthetic as well. I know we've seen this kind of thing before, but it's nice. It's got a good movement to it and a bit of attitude. Alright, what are we going to get for a bridge, or are we going to get an ending? Where is this going to go? I think we're going for the big crescendo here. It was a middle eight, okay. They get one last chorus. It's got some really cool guitar lines in it. I'm wondering if the guitarist that they're working with there, I'm assuming that they've been writing all of this in, so probably a little bit of a talented writing guitarist. I would assume, hope is what's going on there. So a good team up of because I know the members of Bish like the way the circle is kind of going around in a circle now. I like the way the members of Bish all sort of have their own talents that they usually bring into it. Like I can't remember who's who, I've got to be honest. I'm really bad at remembering names and certainly remembering sort of background roles for members of bands. But I know like one of them's a choreographer, one gets involved in lyric writing, or maybe two do, and they've all got their own little inputs. So it's nice to see that, assumingly, Ayuni D is doing some sort of input in this. Maybe she's writing lyrics or something, and then maybe the guitarist is doing their own thing. This is all me surmising anyway, but I just kind of get that vibe from it, and I hope that's the case, because that would be kind of cool. So, fine. Sorry, I'm just going to cough. Thank you for waiting. So, final thoughts on that one really has to be more the fact that there's surprisingly little to unpack on it, because it's just kind of very effective. I mean, the style they're going for, that kind of funky thing, that works really well. I mean, like I said, we kind of have seen everything in this before, and don't get me wrong, that's not particularly criticism, because especially these days, it's really hard to do something that has not been done before. If you think about it, we have access to so much musical equipment these days, and you've got synthesizers that can do like any sound. Pretty much you can do whatever you want now. So it's not a criticism to say that something isn't like totally original, but I would say everything in that, you can kind of immediately see references to where it comes from. So I wouldn't consider this experimental at all, but it is very tight. Like I said, I love the sound of the guitars in the verse. I love the way it sort of jangles along. The vocal melody had a nice sort of pacing to it. I like the vocals as well. Some lines a little bit fast, some a little bit slow. Again, that's a perfectly normal writing technique, but it just kind of helped that everything had a little bit of a shifting balance to it. Nothing was too settled, if you know what I mean. It's not like it was just kind of notes and notes and notes. Like I said, the guitar and the verse, I really loved the way that was somewhere between being a rhythm instrument and a melodic instrument. The vocals had their little shifts up in rhythm, and in the chorus, the guitar line, how it sort of goes one chord, 2 chord, 3 chord, 4 chord, and then speeds up 5, 6, 7, 8. The number after 8 is 9, just in case you were worried about the big surprise reveal there. It was, it had that feeling that it was kind of a little bit restless, never got overly settled, and that kept it interesting. Considering that sonically, like I said, there's nothing that we haven't heard before in this song. It is one that is very interesting the way it's delivered. The chorus is surprisingly catchy. I mean, it's one of those ones that I think it's going to creep back into my head sometime in the next few days, and I'm going to be tempted to listen to this probably quite a few more times just to sort of run that chorus around in my brain a few more times. But just everything about it was nice. It didn't feel like there was any wasted moments, any filler moments. For something, I mean, look, I know that Bish are like very different from our groups, and I get they're like alternate idol group, but to hear any member from what is, let's be honest, a girl idol group going and doing something like this, which seems like a genuine collaboration project that I can really imagine them putting together themselves out of genuine artistic interest, is fantastic. And I like it. I like the vibe of it. I like the whole feel of it. Be interesting to know if they really do mix up the sound in each of their songs like Bish does, or whether they just kind of have this sort of funk rock sound and they stick to that. Video, not much to say about that. It was your sort of normal one-shot video, nicely done, some simple little bits of imagery, nothing overtly amazing in it, but it served the song well, and it really did, like I say, came across with a nice sort of attitude of having attitude and a little bit of cool and a little bit of fun as well. So yeah, it was a tight package, and definitely be interested in hearing more. And like I say, I guess my next big question, moving on to more songs, is do they sort of follow a similar tone or add, really different songs? But either way, glad it exists, and I think that was better than I probably could have expected when I first heard that Ayuni D has this side project. So yeah, definitely looking forward to hearing more of that. As always though, music is subjective, so get in the comments, tell me what you think. You don't have to agree with me. That's what conversation's for, and that's exactly what we love doing on this channel. So for now, from Japan, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you soon. Ciao, ciao. Thanks for watching. Feel free to check out more of our hundreds of videos we got online on this channel right now, or get involved in the discussion with us at the many social media links we've got in the description below, where you can suggest new videos and artists for us to check out on the channel. Or you can just do the usual YouTube stuff and comment, like, subscribe. You know how this works by now.